Okay, before going for Microsoft Azure, let me introduce about myself. Hi, my name is Shekhar, having 15 years of experience on Microsoft technologies. Currently, I am working as Azure architect. Okay, yeah, before going for Microsoft Azure, just I want to let you know something about IT infrastructure. Okay, so what is the IT infrastructure? Any idea, guys? Anyone? What is the IT infrastructure?
IT infrastructure is like a space where we have to set up our servers and where to have a access software and if you have any hardware related to
Okay.
or networks.
Yeah, simply we can say IT infrastructure is nothing but collection of hardware, software, switches, network, load balancer is called IT infrastructure. Do you agree?
Yeah,
Okay, so this is the exact picture of IT infrastructure. Okay, this is the exact picture of IT infrastructure. Devices communicated to device, and these are the load balancer, router, firewall, database, hardware system, server rack. Entire this architecture we can call it as IT infrastructure. Am I right? So that's what I said. What is the IT infrastructure? Collection of hardware, software, switches, network, load balancer is called IT infrastructure. Actually, to maintain our own IT infrastructure, we required what? Data center. Okay, so to maintain our own IT infrastructure, we required what? Data center. Clear? So what is the data center? Data center is a heart of the organization. Data center is a what? Heart of the organization, where we can build, deploy, manage, and access the application within the corporate network is called data center. Okay, for example, each and every company in the world, they have their own data center. If you go for TCS, Wipro, Cognizant, HCL, okay, Accenture, any company, they have their own data center. So if I go for to maintain our own data center, there is a lot of challenges to maintain our own infrastructure. Okay, or our own data center. What are the challenges are there? What are the challenges are there? So one is we need dedicated space for housing infrastructure. We need dedicated space for housing infrastructure. We need high bandwidth internet. We need high bandwidth internet. Next, redundant power supply. Redundant power supply means if you are maintaining your own data center, 24 by 7 power supply is required. If there is any outage for power supply and all, then you should be able to run this big data center with battery or generator. Okay, for small our home, for small our shopping mall itself, we have to spend lot of time, lot of budget to generate the what is that, to run the business on generator. We have to what is that, spend lot of time, lot of budget. Okay, next, another thing is we need physical security. So unauthorized person should not enter into the data center. Am I right? Unauthorized person should not enter into the data center without if there is a any vulnerabilities, any harms will happen for data center, there is a big threat for user data. Am I right? So you should maintain unauthorized data center. Okay, yeah, next. Now inter data center works for DR. Okay, disaster recovery. Disaster recovery in the sense, what does it mean? What is the DR? Disaster recovery. Okay, yeah, next. Inter data center work for network data center in the sense, for example, this is the one data center, right? This is the one data center. Okay, for example, it is crash. It is crashed. To maintain backup center, we should have another data center. Am I right? For example, whatever the data center you have to maintain to run your business, if the data center crash due to power outage, water, floods and all, there should be another backup data center. If one data center crashed to another data center should provide the service to the customers. Okay. Yeah. Next. Now, these are the challenges are there to maintain our own data center. Apart from that, hardware replacement. This is another big challenge. Okay. Every year you should replace the hardware. Trust me, whatever the hardware is there at present, it won't support to deploy. What is that? AI application, artificial intelligence application. So current infrastructure, it will support to maintain Windows operating system, Linux operating system, and deploy .NET, Java, PHP application as they are CPU infrastructure we are using, central process unit. So CPU is the legacy to deploy AI applications. So every year we are getting one new technology into the market to support and deploy and install and configure such kind of softwares. Again, you have to back and change the hardware replacement. Okay, that is again cost. What is that? That is again cost. Clear? Yeah, next. Another thing is, what is the cloud computing? What is the cloud computing? Because of all these challenges, the entire IT industry looking towards cloud computing. Okay, can you tell me guys, what is the cloud computing? Any ideas? What is the cloud computing? Anyone? Very simple. Cloud computing is a collection of remote services. Remote services. And access them over the internet is called cloud computing. You know, right? Nowadays, if we have one cloud account, one internet connectivity, one laptop, that is enough. We can start our business. We can develop our own application, posted into the cloud in fraction of minutes. It doesn't take even 24 hours. Am I right? So that is the power of cloud computing. That's what I said. Cloud computing is nothing but collection of remote services and access them over the internet is called cloud computing. So there are many vendors are there to provide cloud computing technology. Okay. What are they? One is Microsoft Azure, AWS. Okay. MS Azure, AWS, Google, OpenStack. Next, IBM Bluemix, Oracle Cloud, Alibaba. Okay. These are all the vendors are there in the market to provide cloud computing technology. But very, very, very popular in the market is Azure and AWS guys. Okay. So Microsoft Azure is the market leader. Microsoft Azure is the market leader. So why? Because cost wise, provide service wise, stabilizing version wise, updating new technologies, pushing the new enhancement, pushing new innovation. That all top of the mind is what? Microsoft Azure. You know, right? Copilot. Copilot, they have integrated with each and every Microsoft product. So Azure doesn't have, AWS doesn't have any their own products. Got it? So Copilot, they have integrated with each and every Microsoft product. I can say Windows operating system. Next, browser. Next, they integrated with MS Office. Next, they integrated with Azure. Next, they integrated with each and every product of M365. So Microsoft Azure usage is widely using in the market. There is a high demand. Do you know there is a data center shortage few regions. East US is there. So we cannot use East US to deploy huge amount of huge large size of virtual machines. Why? Because there is a space constraints. Okay. Like there is a huge demand to usage of Microsoft Azure. Okay. Yeah. Next. Cloud computing coming to the market. These two are competitor. Coming to the AI, artificial intelligence, Microsoft and Google is the competitor. Microsoft and Google is the competitor. Okay, so depends on the product they are using. Microsoft all the ways is the market leader. Okay, yeah. So in cloud computing, there are three types of services, guys. One is as, PaaS, SaaS. If you go for any cloud computing, I can say Microsoft Azure, Google, AWS, these are the market leaders. So out of them, there are three categories in cloud. One is as, other one is what? PaaS, SaaS. Okay, as in the sense infrastructure as a services. See, whatever the server storage that all comes under as, that is the infrastructure. PaaS in the sense platform as a service. Nothing is in our hand, everything managed by Microsoft. That is the PaaS. Okay, I can say uh, all Azure AI application comes under PaaS, guys. Very simple. All Azure AI services comes under PaaS. Coming to the SaaS, software as a services. Okay, so all M365 component comes under SaaS. This is the difference between IaaS, PaaS, SaaS. Okay, yeah, next. Now, these are the component comes under PaaS, guys. SAS. Okay, I can say admin, bookings, calendar, complaints, dynamic, Excel, form, OneDrive, OneNote, Outlook, people, planner, Power Apps, Power Automation, Power BI, security, SharePoint, okay, Teams, okay, Word, Hammer. These all comes under what? Infrastructure as a services. These all comes under what? Infrastructure as a services. Clear? Yeah, next. Sorry, software as a services. Now, as he said, this is the one slight difference between on-premises and cloud. As he said, right, when you go for on-premises, application, runtime, middleware, OS, visualization, services, storage, these all comes under what? On-premises. To maintain all these things, what do you require? Anyone for on-premises? Anyone, Divya, Rajesh? What do you require to maintain on-premises all these services? Anyone?
We need a space for that.
Not space. Data center is required.
Yeah.
Am I right? These are the on-premises services, on-premises things. We required what? Data center. Okay. As you said, there are many challenges are there to maintain our own data center. Clear? Yeah. So when you go for as you said, they are providing till infrastructure, application deployment, runtime, everything you have to take care. PaaS in the sense, see only application management. Most Jema. Okay, everything managed by vendor. I can say Microsoft. Clear? Now, as you said, all Azure AI applications comes under PaaS only, guys. If you go for Microsoft artificial intelligence, machine learning, computer vision, language translation, decision services, speech services, these all comes under PaaS. Okay. Yeah. Next. Software as a service, best example is M365. When you go for SaaS, installation, configuration, management, deployment, patching activity, configuration, that all will be taken care by Microsoft. You need not worry about all these things. Okay. So this is the difference between on-premises and cloud. Cloud categorized into three parts. This is the one. These are all cloud deployment models, guys. These are what? Cloud deployment models. Okay, yeah, next. Now, there are three types of cloud computing in the market. Okay, three types in the sense public, private, hybrid. Okay, so what is the public? What is the public, guys? Anyone? What is the public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud? So if you go for AWS, Google, Azure, anything, there are three ways you can deploy the services in Azure. There are three ways we can deploy the services in cloud computing. One is public, private, hybrid. What is the public? The resources which can be accessible from anywhere in the world is called public. I am repeating. The resources which can be accessible from anywhere in the world is called public. Okay. Yeah. Next, private. Private in the sense the resources which can be accessible within the corporate network is called private. For example, there is a Azure cloud. We can design our own networking. Within the network, I will deploy my services and can access within the network. Is called private. Hybrid in the sense, the resources which can be accessible within the public plus private cloud called hybrid cloud. Okay. So this is about what? Uh, Types of cloud computing in the market. Okay. Next, as I said, very powerful cloud vendor is Microsoft Azure. Okay. What is the Microsoft Azure? Can anyone tell me? If you know the Microsoft Azure definition, it is same for artificial intelligence. Someone come to you and asking about that, what is the Azure artificial intelligence, then he can easily answer. Now, you people tell me what is the Microsoft Azure cloud? Anyone? Yeah, note it down. Microsoft Azure is a comprehensive set of cloud services. Note it down. Microsoft Azure cloud is what? It is a comprehensive set of cloud services. We can say it is a suite. It is the suite of cloud platform where we can deploy various types of applications. Okay, forget about it. This is the Microsoft definition. Actually, they have provided. What is the cloud computing? It is collection of what is that? Comprehensive set of cloud services where we can build, deploy, and manage the applications through global network data centers is called Microsoft Azure. Okay, through global network data center. You know, right? Microsoft has their own data centers around 160 countries and 60 plus regions. Around the world, Microsoft has 160 countries. They had their own data centers and business. Okay, you know, right? Microsoft turnover is around $4 trillion. Almost it is equal to Indian GDP. Okay. So yeah, that is the revenue they are generating. Total my Azure and all products of Microsoft, their turnover is around $3.75 trillion. Almost it is equal to Indian GDP. Indian GDP around 4 trillion now. I hope you got it. Okay, so this is the big old classic data centers managed by Microsoft. Okay, yeah, next. Now, why should I go for Azure? Why not AWS and all? Prior to that, history of Azure. See, Microsoft officially came into the picture in the year 2010. During the time, we can call it as Windows Azure. First, Microsoft came into the market with Windows Azure. What is that, guys? Windows Azure. Clear. So later in the year 2014, they renamed Windows Azure as a Microsoft Azure. Now officially calling it as what? Microsoft Azure, guys. Okay, officially we are calling it as Microsoft Azure. So in the year 2016, Nadella Satya became as a CEO of Microsoft. Around it is 10 years. Okay, so this is the Microsoft Azure history when it is came into the market and when it is rebranding into what is that? Microsoft Azure. So you know, right? Microsoft Azure, they are keep on what is that? Investing on lot of amount to generate new innovations. If it is succeeded in the market, it will go like anything. You know, right? Azure AI, it is market leader. OpenAI plus Azure, Microsoft, both partnership together, they developed the what? N number of services, they are deploying it. Okay, clear. So Microsoft decided what is that? In the year April 2014, Microsoft Azure. Clear. So they renamed Windows Azure as a Microsoft Azure. Okay, why should I go for Microsoft Azure? So this is the one reason, guys. What is that? This is the one reason. Why Microsoft Azure is, as I said, around 140 countries. It is 160 countries now. They are keep on expanding their data centers. Around 60 plus regions, 160 countries. Microsoft has their own data center. These are the regions, guys. These are the regions. Okay, now Azure has more global regions than any other cloud provider. Coming to the cloud, AWS is the competitor. Coming to the artificial intelligence, Google is the competitor. Okay, very simple. Google came up with Gemini AI. Microsoft came up with Copilot. Okay, so Microsoft, they are providing enterprise grade security. So there is no misuses of user data. Okay, very simple, right? Without security, who can trust? Clear? Security is the main concern, whether it is life, whether it is data, whether it is user data or organization. What is that? Security is the main thing, right? Yeah, next. Now, yeah, so why should I go for Azure data, Azure cloud computing?
You're right.
It is a low cost compared to AWS. Azure is less cost. Why? Because most of the products are developed by Microsoft so that they can sell their product with cheaper cost. Instant capacity. Okay, you need not have to worry about space, configuration, infrastructure. If you would like to deploy 1,000 servers, yes, you can deploy 1,000 servers within a minute. Within a minute, you can deploy 1,000 servers. Clear? Okay, 1,000 servers. Okay, so that is the compatibility they have provided. It doesn't take much time. Within a minute, we can provision each and everything. Clear? Yeah, next. Another thing is global reach. So your data can be reached across the globe in a minutes. You know, right? We have WhatsApp. Same way, Microsoft Kaizala also there. How many of you know? You don't know? I am not sure. There is a Microsoft Kaizala. Kaizala. There is a spell mistake. You can go to, what is that? Uh, Play Store and search it. Microsoft Kaizala, there is a kind of WhatsApp tool only. It is not got populated, but it contains lot of features. Verify one time. But it is secure. Next, see, it is secure. Microsoft compliance, 100 plus compliance. Whatever the governance rules are developed by Russia, China, India, US, UK, Germany, Japan. All these top countries are there, right? Whatever the companies compliance they have raised, Microsoft certified 100 plus compliance. So even UK, US federal government, China, Japan, Germany, they're all these government projects, they are using Azure only. You know, right? All US Indian airlines, they are using Microsoft Azure. You know, right? Last year, July 14, there is a big outage in the world. It has happened due to that around 18 hours, all airlines, banking, okay, most internet, all servers were down. Why? Because these are applications they have deployed in, where is that? In Azure cloud. You know, right? Israel and Malaysia, Singapore, they are reclaiming it for Microsoft as they lost the due to this outage. Okay. So that is the power of Azure. Okay. Yeah. Next. Now, these are the 6 pillars of Microsoft Azure: reliability, security, cost optimization, operational excellence, performance, and security. These are the 5 pillars of Microsoft Azure. Okay, this is the overview of Microsoft Azure. Clear? Now, you tell me, do you have any questions? What we have discussed so far is, uh, what is the on-premises? Why should I go for on-premises? Why should I go for cloud? And what are the different types of cloud service deployment models? And why should I go for Azure? Why not AWS? History of Azure, and what are the advantage when you move into the Azure. Okay, so do you have any questions for it so far, guys? Anyone?
Shekhar,
Yeah,
Shekhar, I just want to know like few details. I have a few queries. Like for Microsoft Azure, like we have different profiles. I mean to say like the kind of job like admin or DevOps or data science engineering. So what are the criteria for that? I mean, what languages or do we require
yeah,
for?
good question. Actually, Microsoft Azure, it is the product, right? So it
Yeah.
is supporting 30 plus certification papers, guys.
Okay.
Okay, let me tell Azure Administration, Azure Developer, Azure Architect, Azure DevOps, Azure Data Engineer, Azure AI Engineer, Azure AI Advanced Engineer, okay, Azure Data Engineer, okay, Azure for SAP, Azure for AI, like we have 30 plus certification paper. So from starting, I am telling admin is the market leader first. I am telling every branch, every batch from starting. Okay. So now market is looking for AI administrator. AI administrator. So who can handle that? If I ask you, give the provision the AI service, you don't know how to provision what is the service you need to choose. If you knowledge about Azure administration, they can easily handle. Got it? So
Okay.
Azure DevOps, yes, that is the another powerful component for automation. Okay. First of all, what, where, when to provision the services, you should know.
Correct.
Yeah. So market leader at this moment, learn administrator and DevOps for automation, then move towards to AI engineer. AI engineer, again, there are different. AI 900 is the fundamentals. What is that? AI 900 is the fundamentals. Next, advanced AI engineer, that is 102, developer for administrator. Okay, DP 100 is there. DP 100 in the again data engineer, data science. We have to uh, create the path like this, guys. Okay, clear?
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But for the mm, for administrator, do we require any coding or anything like that experience? I mean, the coding knowledge, or
No,
even for
guys. Coding
DevOps?
knowledge is not required, but scripting knowledge is required little bit. PowerShell scripting is there, right?
Yeah.
PowerShell,
Okay.
Terraform, they are scripting languages. So we should have aware of it. So I will teach
Okay.
you these two, these three, no worries. Terraform, ARM template, PowerShell script. These are the part of our course. We will complete them as well.
And is it compulsory that if you're going for administrator, you should know the DevOps as well? Because,
Yeah, mandatory, guys. Why? Because they are asking,
Mhm.
see, I will let you know how the data and resources are transforming. So I have started my career 17 years back. Okay. Let's see. Whatever the changes I see in it, I will let you know. See, initially to provision one Windows server in our on-premises, we required Windows administrator, network administrator, storage administrator, firewall administrator, okay, monitoring administrator, application monitoring team administrator. These many teams are required to just to deploy one application. Now everything it is gone in the market. Now one person came into the picture. He is the administrator. Okay, in cloud computing. If I ask you, create one Linux machine, I can go and create Linux machine with the required networking. These are all the pre-built. So one person is enough. Am I right? Instead of these many,
Right.
one person is enough. Now AI coming to the picture. Even administrator, if 10 administrators are required, one administrator is fine. Why? Because AI performing everything. If you go and type, create one VM, only type it. Then it will ask you the network details, go and provision it. That is how in the market. Okay, this is the one. Now, on-premises data now move to cloud. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, on-premises data now move to the cloud. Now everything, data is controlled by big organization. Now all country data with Google, Microsoft, AWS, right? Now it is in cloud. They can manipulate it, right? Manipulate in the sense we can play the games. Okay, you know, right? As per Indian central government survey, uh, 60 course Instagram accounts are there. Out of 140 course population in India, 60 course Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp accounts are there. So 60 course data it is transforming, right, in within the country. Now data in cloud, AI came into the picture and sits on top of it. AI is manipulating everything. Okay, whatever the data is updating backend by central government, now data is reflecting. For example, let me show you. I want to know how many live COVID cases in India. We do not have the data, right? If I go for chart GPT, okay, how many COVID cases in India? It will give you till yesterday. What does that mean? It is trained. All availability public data till yesterday. It will give the date. See, as of June 2020, June 2nd, around 4,000 cases are there. This data is displaying till yesterday. So what does that mean? Whatever the data you are generating on daily basis in publicly, according to that it is trained, make it available, searchable by users. How fast it is. Got it? So what does that mean? Data is in cloud. Now AI is coming and sitting on top of it. So everything it is done by AI. Okay. So my intention is how data is transforming on-premises to cloud. On the cloud, now AI is sitting into the market. Okay, fine. I will let you know. See, this is about history of Microsoft Azure. If I go for azure.microsoft.com, okay, azure.microsoft.com. This is the very good documentation provided by Microsoft. You can go and verify it. So coming to certification, go for certification. I will share the what is that information. See, these are the certification, guys. I am pinging you in the chat. Have you observed? AI 102, AI 900. At this, these two are AI related. AI 104 administrator, AI 400 is what? Azure DevOps. Okay. Yeah, I said DP 100, designing and implementing data science solution. This is the data science. Azure data science. Okay. DP 300 is SQL server. Okay, DB developer and AI fabric services. DP Azure data fundamentals. 203 M365. 700 is what? Azure network solution. 800 is hybrid model. 801 cognitive services. AZ 900 is Azure fundamentals. Okay, AZ 104 is what? Virtual desktop. 140. AVD we can call it as. Okay, 204 is the developer. 305 is the solution architect. If you observe, how many certifications are there? 44 certifications are there. Okay, we cannot go and do all certification overnight. Am I right? Require technology, learn it, enter into the company and start doing the job. So at this moment, I can suggest you go for what? 104 and AZ 400. These two. Okay, I am pinging you in the chart. You can verify. These are the practice tests they have provided. Okay. Now, if you want to go for certifications, you can go to browse certifications. See, here you can categorize. This is the one centralized portal for all Microsoft certifications. Microsoft certifications. Whatever Microsoft products are there, right? You can verify all these certifications here. I am looking for Azure product. So I am looking for administrator. Okay, this is the administrator AZ104, guys. AZ104. Okay, so if I go for AZ104, this is the syllabus. What they are telling? Virtual network storage, compute, identity, security, governance. Okay, what are the languages it is required? It is asking PowerShell, Azure CLI. These are the scripting language. PowerShell, Azure CLI. Okay, so what does that mean? PowerShell also required minimal provision. See, so this is the syllabus, guys. Manage an identity, implement and manage storage, and compute solution, virtual networking, and maintain Azure resources. Clear? These are all the certification syllabus. Interview questions also will come from certification syllabus. How much is that? Right. Okay, so this is about what? Overview of Microsoft Azure portal. I am pinging you. This is the AZ104. Okay, now go back. Uh, Go to DevOps engineer. You can filter it, guys. All things are there. What you are looking, Azure DevOps engineer. So this is the AZ400. Okay, AZ400 syllabus is, seems they have updated. Yeah. So this is the AZ400 exam paper. They are asking about design and implementation process and communication. Design implementation source category. This is the GitHub repository. Build and release pipeline, security and compliance, and instrument strategy. Okay, these are the certification syllabus for AZ400. At this moment, we will point it about these two. Later, we will go on what is that different things. Yeah. Okay, I do not want push everything in single day to confusion you. We will go slowly one by one. So tomorrow I am going to show you how to subscribe for Azure Free Trial and what is the syllabus which I am going to cover. That we will see in next session. If you have any questions, feel free and ask me.
Okay, hi Chandu. This is Satish.
Satish, Divya, Rajesh, Ramesh, Sai.
Uh, See, one thing is that I have worked with database administrators and I am new to the DP300 certification
No, your
exam.
voice is very slow. Is it for me or someone else?
No, it's for everyone. The voice is not clear.
Yeah, not clear. I think you have joined from mobile.
No, I have joined with laptop. Right now I am audible.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, Satish.
See, I am working as a database administrator from the SQLs and I need to the DP300 certification path as well as the means topics which is covered in your course.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, that's fine. Now, you are looking for admin or just
admin as well as the Azure database administrator.
Azure DevOps certification, right? AZ400.
No, AZ300
AZ300, that is
database which is related to the database administrator.
database admin, SQL server seems,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
Yeah, so I'm not going to cover that one. Check with, yeah, Sriman IT people. So SQL administrator, whatever he required, I will cover it in where is that? In admin part. That is one part. But fully you are looking for SQL administrator, then contact Sriman IT people. They will help you out.
Can you share anyone number so I will make a list of
Institute
it?
number. Think helping institute number you can check with.
Yes, think it, I will check it tomorrow.
t- so Shekhar, uh, first you are going with 104, right?
Yeah, first 104.
And then 400. So
Yeah, easy.
what will be the duration of 104 and then 400?
Yeah,
Uh,
so AZ 104 is the 30 days. AZ
mhm,
400 is 30 days. Total 60 days, guys.
so that's 60 days.
Yeah.
Okay, if I want to go for only AZ4 10410, so I can go
30
for it, or
days.
I had to complete both,
Yeah,
because
30
mainly
days.
I'm looking for database. Sorry, I'm looking for administrator.
Okay.
Because I'm from the manual QA and I have experience of 10 years. Currently, I'm a lead, so there might be opening in my organization for in my team for administrator going forward, probably by the end of the year. So just to be sure that by that time I should be having a certification.
Okay.
So that is what I was looking at, whether I should go for administrator or I should go for even for DevOps, because I don't know any coding language. I don't know
No,
because
Azure Admin DevOps, there is no coding language. Scripting language that is minimum is required.
Mhm.
Why? Because sometimes what they will ask you, create one service using CLI like that, they will ask you. So that is
Okay.
required. Okay, I
Okay,
pinged
makes
you
sense.
institute mobile number. You can call them directly. You can check. Okay, Satish.
Yeah, yes. Thank you.
Uh, so second, it will be only online classes or offline as well, or
Yeah,
both?
it is only online, guys. I am not taking any offline. Why? Because even I am working. I rush to go for office.
Okay.
Any more queries?
Oh,
So I
Shekhar,
did not
this
push
is
much content. I given the introduction about Azure Cloud and why should I go for Azure Cloud? What are the advantage? Next, history of the Microsoft Azure